Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you from a different location today. We're in downtown Albany, New York at the Empire State Plaza, and today we're going to discuss 5 misconceptions about macros. So the first myth kind of has 2 parts to it. It's that macros are both restrictive and complicated. So let's tackle this one at a time. So in terms of macros being restrictive, listen, it depends on what your goals are. But if you're in a caloric deficit, you're going to have to give something up, whether or not you are counting macros or not. So I like to think of it as macros are educational. They inform us as to exactly what we are taking in, so we can make adjustments and fixes to that and adjust and go from there. So they're not as restrictive as other diets that are more elimination based. It's a little bit more educational in terms of knowing exactly what we're putting into our body. So in terms of complicated, it's like anything else. If you plan your meals out in advance, it's not that complicated at all. Use an app like MyFitnessPal. It takes a little bit of getting used to. There's a small learning curve, but not complicated. You can easily input all your information with all the technology we have and get the macros you're supposed to hit each day. The biggest tip I have to make it not be complicated is to stick to the same meal plan every day, same meal frequency, have some flexible choices you can plug in and out, but for the most part, have a nice solid template to go off of. Myth number 2, carbs. Carbs are such a hot topic when it comes to diet. A lot of people think they're the enemy, that they eat too many of them, and that they're gonna make you fat. There's a lot of fad diets out there right now. You know, we got the ketogenic diet, paleo diet, things that incorporate a lower carbohydrate intake. And I don't have a problem with these things, but just know that the research unequivocally states that if protein is equated, your ratio of carbs to fat in a caloric deficit does not matter when it comes to weight loss, okay? So when it comes to getting leaner and living a healthier lifestyle due to an enhanced body composition, it doesn't matter. So here's where I stand with it. A lot of diets, I tend to do more of a paleo style approach myself, sticking to fruits, vegetables, potatoes, things like that, because carbohydrates are highly palatable. They taste amazing. So it is very, very easy to overeat on them. Just think about your favorite breakfast cereal. For me, it's Vanilla Chex. I could easily eat 500 calories of Vanilla Chex without even blinking. If I was to have that same amount of chicken breast, I'd be sick, I'd be stuffed, okay? So just know that carbs are not the enemy. However, they're the easiest macronutrient to overeat on. So we need to be mindful of staying away from our trigger carbs and choosing carbs that are gonna provide us with a lot of nutrition. Myth number 3, tracking macros is only for people that want to shed fat and lose weight and get leaner. That is incorrect. Macro tracking can actually be really good for all of you hard gainers out there who actually need to gain weight. A lot of people who don't genetically have large appetites chronically undereat. They feel stuffed all the time. They feel like they're doing everything they need to do to gain weight and they can't put a pound on. But tracking your macros gives us a metric to use to see what's working for you and what's not. So we can drive that towards many different goals. We have weight gain, even athletic performance. You might find you do better at a higher carbohydrate intake that you learn from tracking your macronutrients, okay? So whether it's having a better workout, building more muscle mass, or just feeling better on a day-to-day basis, learning more about your food intake, tracking macros certainly has its place in all of those areas. Myth number 4, you can just go use an online calculator to calculate your macros for the first time and off you go. So here's a little secret in the fitness industry. This is all a guessing game. That's all it is. It's a calculated guess. The better the coach is, the more likely they're gonna be to land in the place you need to land at when it comes to starting you on your macros. But it's a guessing game, guys. We gotta start you guys off at levels we think you're gonna succeed at and then make adjustments from there. The problem with going to an online calculator is you may not know how to make those adjustments. It may not factor in your lifestyle the same way that a coach can, or someone who has a lot of experience working with many different clients just like yourself. So, online calculators are okay, they're a solid starting point, but I think that's a big myth, and I do not think anyone should discount the level of accountability that a good coach can provide. Myth number 5, it's fine to eat under my macros. This is a big one that I'm against. I believe in hitting your macros, even if you're not super hungry at the beginning, just to let your metabolism have a constant parameter of where it's at with everything. I also find that as time passes, people might go under on Monday, go under on Tuesday, go under on Wednesday. Guess what, guys? It catches up with you. Thursday's a huge binge, you feel like crap, and the cycle repeats itself. If you can just stick to your numbers and fuel your body and feel full, feel satisfied, have some great workouts, have some energy for your kids or for your wife or your husband, that's what it's all about. So for me, it's about making nutritious, micronutrient-dense choices, but also hitting your macros to the best of your ability. I hope you guys found this informational and helpful. If you have any other questions, comments, or video ideas you would like me to address, comment below in the comments section. I'd be happy to make another video and help promote that. Please go to my website, www.trainmetabolic.com, and subscribe to our newsletter for more awesome content about macros and metabolic training. Until next time.